Okay, for today, let me work questions 15 through 18. What we're looking at today is we're learning how to read graphs. That's really my thing here. This is what I want us to learn. I want us to learn how to read graphs. So looking at question number 15, given the function f of x. So f of x is that blue curve, that blue parabola as the function f of x. Later on, you guys might be wondering, why don't you just call it y? That's how it has been so far. Yeah, but later on, they're going to have names. So it could be the function f in respect to x. So that's what we call it f of x. It could be graph g. It could be other graph. Later on, you're going to learn how to compare graphs. So I want us to start getting familiarized with this. So when we say f of x is the function f in terms of x, which in this case is the blue graph. Now find the value of x when f of x is equal to -3. Okay, so I'm looking for f of x is equal to -3. For us to understand a little, f of x before, up until now, it was called y. So let me erase this for right now. Let me erase this and let me call it y. I'm looking for values. I'm looking for points on my graph where the y value is -3. Okay, well, for that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to look at the y-axis. Okay, see my y-axis right here. I'm going to find -3, and I can just imagine my line going straight. I'm looking, where did I cross? Where did I cross the graph f of x? And in my case, I would have said I crossed it here, and I crossed it here. As a matter of fact, I can find the coordinates of each of those points, right? The coordinates of one point is the point 1, -3, and my other point is the value 3, -3. Notice how in both cases the y value is -3. Okay, so now here I'm asking, what is the value of x on both points? Now, before we start, right now we're going to be looking at those two values. I'm just asking for the x value. So I'm looking at my answers are going to be 1 and 3. So I have 2 points. Now we're going to write them in order, the smallest number first. So in this case, 1. And we're going to write on our answer 1 and 3. So this is what I'm expecting. So looking at our graph, what are the values that have the y value -3? Now, what are the x values on that? In this case, 1 and 3. Let's take a look at question number 16. Given the function f of x, remember, f of x is the blue thing, find the value of x when f of x is equal to +3. Okay, so I look at my y-axis. It's right here. And I'm going +3, right? F of x is +3. So I'm just going to go here. Where do you cross the function f of x? I crossed it here, and I crossed it here. Again, when I'm looking at the points, the coordinates of my points are 3, 3, and then the value 7, 3. The y value is 3 in both cases, right? But what are the x values? My answer will be 3 and 7. Remember, write the small number first. Another thing, don't forget to have the space before and after the end. So what do I mean with that is 3 space and space 7. Right? It's not all together. Don't forget the spaces before and after the word end. And that's it. That's all we got to do. Now, some of you might be wondering, Mr. Leonzo, do I really have to find both coordinates on my points? Couldn't I just have found the point and I see the x value, it is, in this case, straight down? My values are 3 and 7. Yeah, we could have done that. Looking at number 15, because my graph is below, so it means under the x axis, my values of x were straight up. It was 1 and 3. So having that said, let me take a look at number 17. Given the function of f of x, find the value of x when f of x equals -9. So on the y-axis, I find -9. I see where I cross my function. It's right here and right here. Now, looking straight up, my x value of one of them is -7, and then the other one is -3. So my answer will be -7 and -3. Don't forget to go from small to large, but it's nice that we see it on the x-axis because the smallest number is on the left. So -7 and -3. Lastly, let's take a look at number 18. Given the function of f of x, find the value of x when f of x equals +2. So on the y-axis, I find +2, and I think of this. Where do I cross my f of x? I crossed it here and here. What are the x values there? Well, this one, when I look down, is 0. This other one, when I look down, is 4. So my answers are going to be 0 and 4. Not just one numbered. In this case, we have 0 and 4. We got two values.